Assalamu alaikum, I'm Ustad Hamza. I've got a story for you. Once there was a guy and he was very reactive. He was very active all the time, very fidgety. So he went to this doctor and the doctor said to him, listen, I'm going to tell you a rule. I want you to follow this rule and you're going to change. And the rule was the doctor taught him how to calm himself down. He says sometimes you have to learn how to be calm. So the guy learned that and he went home and he practiced. One day his house started burning and the entire house burned down. Next day when he saw the doctor said to him, what happened? And he said, well, my house burned. And the doctor said, well, did you do anything about it? He said, the doctor said to him, oh, stupid, I'm teaching you a rule, but sometimes you have to break the rule. So today, we're going to break some rules. Bismillah. So, let's go back to Qaida 11 and see where we are.
And they realized, you know what? We don't think we can live on this planet. So they decided to leave. When they decided to leave, they realized, you know what? We don't even have a spaceship. So they went to this exceptional place and it was all mountain and rocks.
So I'm very pleased to tell you we are reaching the end of Qaida. Qaida, rule. Qawaid mean rules. So listen to me guys. I'm giving you rules that if you apply these rules when you're spelling Arabic, you will be able to read Arabic words accurately, inshallah ta'ala, in Quran. But sometimes you're going to break these rules. So today I'm going to show you the first verse of Quran, and this particular verse you see it at the beginning of each and every surah. We're going to first apply the rules that we have learned, spelling rules we have learned. We're going to apply them when we recite this particular verse, and then we're going to break some rules, and I'll show you what exactly I mean by breaking some rules sometimes. Bismillah. We have a look at this particular verse here. We call this Al-Basmala. Pay attention. These are 4 separate words. I'm going to try to show you something. I'm trying to show you how sometimes some rules that we learn, we don't follow them. We don't apply them. So have a look at this. Let's try to apply the rules. We look at this word here. How do we spell this word? Well, we say ba kasra sin sukun bis, mim kasra mi, bismi. Let's take the second word separately. Hamza fatha lam shadda al, lam fatha la, Allah, ha kasrahi, Allahi. No, we read this word as Allahi. We're going to come back to this word in a second. We're going to come back to this. Next word. Hamza fatha ra shadda ar, ra fatha ha sukun rah, rah, mim fatha alif saghira, ma, ar-rahma, nun kasrani, ar-rahmani. What's happening to lam here? We'll come back to that in a second. Next word. Hamza fatha ra shadda ar, ra fatha ra, ar-ra, ha kasra ya sukun hi, ar-rahi, mim kasra mi, ar-rahimi. Once again, what's happening to lam here? Well, we'll come back to that in a second. 4 words. Bismi, Allahi, ar-Rahmani, ar-Rahim. There are certain rules that I'm breaking here. Now, first of all, lam when it's empty, we ignore it. Lam when it comes right next to Hamza like this, and it's an empty lam, we ignore this lam. Okay? So we learnt rules in the past and we said what? We said, well, when you see an empty letter, stretching letter, all of that, not lam. So we're breaking some rules here. Now pay attention with me because I'm trying to show you something else here. When we read these 4 words together, not alone, together, what do we say? We say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Oh my God. Okay. Now things are getting a bit out of hand. Guys, pay attention. Okay. So first, I taught you the lam gets ignored. And here the lam gets ignored. Yeah. When we were spelling and reading these words separately. Now we're going to read them together and things are going to change even more. We say Bismillah. So we ignore this Hamza. And then we say Hir-Rahma. So we ignore this. And then we say Nir-Rahim. And we don't even read this. And we don't say Rahimi, we say Rahim. It's changing even more. We call this breaking rules. Here is a rule. When you see Hamza to Wasl in the middle of the word, you ignore it. You read it when it's at the beginning, but you ignore it when it is in the middle. Do we do that with all the letters? Nope. Do we do that with the other Hamza that looks like this? Nope. It's very specific. There's certain rules that we break in Quran when we are reading certain words. Another thing, did you notice this word Allah? We're stretching the lam here, Allah. But there's no stretching letter here. Well, once again, we stretch lam in the lafz al-jalala, in the word Allah, although there are no stretching letters. So, we come to a conclusion here, my respected brothers and sisters, and that is, these rules that I've taught you in the past, you apply these rules, but then sometimes when we are reading Quran, we break some of these rules. You see the examples I showed you in the previous lessons? Yes, you read words as you see them, just like the way I showed you in those previous examples. But in this particular example, when you are reading these words in a sentence, you read them differently. Look what happened to me with the kasra. Here's another rule. I know I'm telling you a lot of rules. So listen to this. Rahimi. Every time we stop at a letter in the Quran, that letter becomes silent. Alamina becomes alamin. Nasta'inu becomes nasta'in. So now I'm throwing a lot of rules here. This is the second last chapter of Qaida. A lot of times when people learn Qaida, they ignore this chapter. I taught a lot of books, Qawaid, a lot of books. Ignore this chapter. This chapter is important because you can learn all the previous rules that I taught you about spelling words in the Quran. But once you get to Quran, you're going to say, oh my God, I thought I learned all the rules. Well, you got to learn this important chapter, a very important chapter. Barakallahu feekum. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to promise you to come back one more time to teach you one last lesson. And when we do that, we are going to go over the entire Surah Al-Fatiha. And we're going to spell each and every word. And listen to me, you will benefit from this only if you have watched the previous videos and you have learned them and you have applied them. When you watch this particular one, you will benefit. So learn the rules and apply them fast, and then learn when are they meant to be broken. Boys and girls, Barakallahu feekum. Thank you very much. We'll be seeing you inshallah. Wait, before we go. Oh yeah. What happened to letters after? Well, in the next lesson, boys and girls, watch this video again and again and again. And allow me to see you inshallah ta'ala one more time. Until then, Assalamu alaikum.
This video is sponsored by Hafsa Academy. Jazakumullahu khairan. If you want to contact them, link in the bio. Salam, salam, salam.